space, but quickly closed again by Semedo. He's run for 80 White. Tom teeing it up and driving in, an absolute beauty! What a goal from Michael Tom!
Who's excited for this one? Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds United. I'm wearing my shirts, and we're going to take them off. Anyway, before I start this, I want you to follow our social handles if you will. We've got all Leeds TV on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Follow me please, Ramblers of the South Stand. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and let's get into this. This is the big one, the one that I really look forward to on the season. This is my #1. I love playing Sheffield Wednesday, and the reason being is because I had a cracking day there with two of my pals in 2012. I was at university in Sheffield and it absolutely kicked off. You don't want to see scenes like that at football. There's a lot of nasty chanting, but when Leeds scored that goal, Tong lines it up! So yeah, Sheffield Wednesday, mixed bag really, mixed bag of results against Wednesday. I'm always sort of nervous to play them because they either kind of have an off day. I think the last time they had an off day we beat them there 2-1. I think it was Chris Wood and Charlie Taylor who scored. Their fans are always up for it. Quite similar fans to Leeds in the sense that they turn out normally in good numbers, very good vocally, and they bring good away support. I've got a lot of time for Sheffield Wednesday. I don't like them, but they are a really good club. Cracking sets of supporters and two good teams going against each other, I think. Wednesday, a lot like Birmingham, we've got to be wary of Wednesday. We have to be wary of them. Another false position. They've had some decent results. Very good result against Villa in the last game. 2-1. A cracking result there for them. I mean, if we go to Villa, I said it about Sheffield United in the last video. I mean, if we go to these grounds and we're able to get results, I will be absolutely buzzing. Villa is another tough one. And what impressed me about Wednesday as well was the fact that they had to grind out this result. Villa were putting absolute pressure on Wednesday for about 40-50 minutes of that game, and they just grinded it out. And two impressive players during that game, and who really caused us a thorn last season, Barry Bannon and Stephen Fletcher. Do I think we'll get the win? I do think we'll get the win, but I think a lot of things have got to change because once again, Wednesday are going to be absolutely up for this one, 100%, and they've got quality in that squad. They 100% have got quality in that squad. I do also like Adam Reach. He's always got a delivery on him. Yes, so Wednesday they've got a few decent players in their squad, and they've got a lad who I was really impressed by at Villa called Penny in the middle. I think he was brought in this season or last season, I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to correct me on that, put it in the comments below, but he's a real player. He looks like a real player, able to control the play, sort of dictates it alongside Bannon in the middle. And also the other one who's always is Matthias. Matthias always makes me wary, or Mateus, however you say his name. He's a really good player, and he scored that absolute stunner at Ellen Road. I think it was a 1-1. Absolute stunner at Ellen Road. Probably the best goal I've ever seen at Ellen Road, alongside Ducaras against Forest. But it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a really interesting game. It's going to be a tough game, but Leeds have got to shape up. As I've said before, I don't think Alioski should play at all. I don't think he should be in that starting lineup. I think there should be either Barry Douglas there, but obviously that's got a lot of tinkering with it. I explained on my last video why I think Barry Douglas should be there. If you haven't seen that, please go look it on the channel, on the All Leeds TV channel. But I would like to see Barry Douglas left side and maybe bring Tom Pearce in as left back. That would be a good thing to tamper with. I saw a few people in the comments saying, well, why would you move Barry Douglas from his original position? Well, because he's played left wing before, so it makes complete sense. So why would you not put him there? If Leeds are struggling in that position, why not enhance it? And you can enhance it with a good player. There is no point in keeping something there that needs fixing. Change it. We've got to change it. It has to be changed. So Alioski for me is out the squad. Do I think he will be out the squad? No, I think Leeds have got other options, but I'm not sure Bielsa will do that. The only other option would be to put Harrison maybe on the left and Dallas in at right wing. I do think Dallas deserves a shot, and do I think he deserves a shot for Alioski? 100% yes. So for me, I would start up with Bailey Peacock-Farrell in net. Interesting with Bailey because I saw a stat on Twitter that of 4 of the 8 goals we've conceded, or 4 of the 9 goals that we've conceded, he's sort of been at fault. For me, I'm not 100% sold on Bailey. I think this whole thing of him being young and all this sort of stuff, I understand that. I completely get that. That is an understandable point, but what you've got to understand is this is the Championship. It's relentless. At what point do you think to yourself, okay, Blackman can come in? I really rate Bailey. I think he's a better goalkeeper than Blackman, but does he need a little bit of pressure on him? You know, you forget Blackman played nearly every game for a Sheffield United side last season that did very well, and he had a cracking game against us, if you do remember. He's got a really good keeper, second in command there. And I've seen a lot of people with Blackman saying, well, he didn't have a good game against so-and-so, and he didn't have a good game against so-and-so in the cup game. Neither did Harrison, but now we've given Harrison a chance. He's got a lot better. every player needs a chance. They need the confidence to get a little bit higher. So maybe that's something to look at. Maybe we should. I'm never up for rotating goalkeepers, but I think if there's another couple of mistakes in for Bailey, does he get out of the squad? I think yes, to be honest. But I would start with him in this game, but I think he's got to have a really good game this game as Bailey. Do we deploy the 3-3-1-3 formation? I'm not sure. Do we do that away from home? I'm not 100% sure, because it's quite tricky away from home to start three at the back, especially with the Sheffield Wednesday side who are confident and who are offensively very strong at the minute. I would probably start with what we've started throughout the season, but we can fix it up obviously if it's not going well for us. I would start Ayling at the back, right side of a back four. Centre halves, Jansen and Cooper, their passing needs to get better. Has to be better than last game. I thought there was a lot of lazy passing. If you're going to be playing this Bielsa system, the passing needs to be accurate, the passing needs to be quick, and the passing needs to be efficient. That's the bottom line of it. It can't be these sloppy passes that are getting incepted. I think Birmingham had an inception rate of about 30% during that game, which is ridiculous. Leeds really need to stamp that out. Complacency needs to get out of the side as well. Leeds need to go into every game like it's a cup final, and I felt against Birmingham we were going into it a bit, like I've said in a previous video, a bit lackadaisical. If we're definitely going to win this one. No game is like that in the Championship. A Wolves fan has commented on my video, and I know Joe's as well, and they've basically come out and said, the Wolves fans, that, you know, were you guys due the loss? Possibly we were. You know, I think we were into this false sense of illusion that we were going to go unbeaten all season, which is just ridiculous in this league. It's never going to happen. I don't think any team would ever do that. Wolves had 2 losses at this stage of the season, but it was all about how they bounced back. Wolves bounced back very well with wins over Burton and Villa, but then they lost to QPR. I put it out on a tweet earlier, so it does happen in the Championship. Don't lose your heads about it. It's fine, but it is all about how Leeds bounce back. Put those 2 centre halves. I'll put Barry Douglas left back, obviously big bass, but he needs to have a better game, and someone who else needs to have a better game is Calvin Phillips. That is the worst performance I've seen from Calvin Phillips for a long time, but I would start Calvin in this game. Matthias Click just ahead of him, but Click once again, I thought he was a creative outlet for us, but he wasn't as good as he has been, so he needs to be involved in the game. Just above him needs to be Samu Saiz, who in the last game once again was poor. The whole team was poor for Leeds United, but I thought those creative outlets, the main ones for Leeds, were very poor. Left side, Jack Harrison. Right side, Dallas. Up front, Tyler Roberts. That would be my starting lineup for Leeds United. Can we go into there? Will we get a win? I think we can go into there and get a win. I think I'm going to put Leeds on for a 1-0 victory. Wednesday have only lost narrow games this season. They've only lost narrow games, and it was the exact same with Birmingham. They're in a bit of a false position for me, Sheffield Wednesday. I think they're playing really good football, a lot like Birmingham. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful once again. So are we going to get the win? I think we will. I think it's going to be a 1-0 victory. But Leeds need to go into this cautiously. We need to play the Bielsa way. If we play our football, we will get that victory. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think we're going to get the win? Please like, comment and subscribe to this channel. We're doing really well at the minute. I've said it on previous videos, but your guys' support is something else. You're just absolutely amazing. The Leeds brand is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're catching up to fan channels, which is great. We all want to see that, but we want to be bigger than every fan channel. So to do that, we need your guys' support. So please, if you're watching this video and you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you later.